Join us as we dive into some of gaming's finest titles and rank the top 5 games of the 2000s. The golden era of gaming, those magical years when pay to win wasn't a thing, and games were all about the fun. No always online, no subscription services, just pure, immersive experiences. This was also the time when consoles entered a new generation. Online multiplayer started to thrive, and gameplay mechanics evolved into something truly groundbreaking. As gamers, we were spoiled for choice back then. AAA titles were coming at us left and right, each one vying for our attention. Developers were pushing boundaries in storytelling, graphics, and sound design, and we spent countless hours exploring what made those games so special. It was an absolute joy to dust off the nostalgia and revisit these classics. So, what's the challenge? We searched, reminisced, and played a ton of video games, but only from the years 2005 to 2010. There were so many amazing contenders, but we had to narrow it down to just 5. And at the end of this video, we'll crown one as the king of the 2000s. Stick around to find out which game takes the crown. BioShock, a dystopian masterpiece that redefined first-person shooters. Released in 2007, BioShock is a unique blend of shooter, RPG, and horror themes. The underwater city of Rapture is hauntingly beautiful, an otherworldly place that still feels oddly believable. Its characters, even the minor ones, are rich and unforgettable. And let's not forget how the game challenges players with moral dilemmas and choices, concepts that felt revolutionary at the time. BioShock inspired countless games, but very few have managed to capture its magic. Call of Duty 4: Modern Warfare. This was a fresh start for the franchise, breaking away from its World War roots. Modern Warfare is one of the best modern shooters of all time, and for good reason. It introduced perks, customizable loadouts, and the competitive multiplayer system we know today. And then there's the campaign, a cinematic experience that elevated the franchise's storytelling. Who could forget the iconic nuke scene? This was Call of Duty at its peak, Mass Effect. Mass Effect was a dream come true for RPG fans, and even after all these years, it still holds up. Its fusion of RPG and shooter mechanics was groundbreaking, and the galaxy-spanning narrative was filled with unforgettable characters, political intrigue, and epic planetary exploration. The first time we visited the Citadel, we were in awe. It felt like stepping into another world. The Elder Scrolls IV: Oblivion, immersion taken to the next level. Oblivion wasn't just a game, it was an entire world, vast, alive, and filled with towns, villages, forests, and endless adventures. The quests were rich, the customization was deep, and the stories were unforgettable. This is the kind of game where you'd want to take a vacation, ditch your phone, tell your friends you've gone missing, and just lose yourself in Tamriel. For fantasy fans, Oblivion was nothing short of a life-changing experience. Resident Evil 4, a horror survival third-person shooter masterpiece. The game was so innovative for its time, inspiring a lot of survival and horror mechanics we often take for granted nowadays. The cool Leon S. Kennedy returns back to rescue the president's daughter, and believe me when I say, she is the most frightening part of the game. The rescue mission takes us to some of the most iconic sets of the franchise. This game looks scary today as it was nearly 20 years ago. Just watching these regenerators feels scary as they were 20 years before. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, our pick for the best game of the 2000s. But before we get to that, let us know in the comments which games would make your list. Did we miss any classics that deserve a shout out? The winner is Mass Effect. We couldn't resist crowning Mass Effect as the king of video games from this era. No other game pulled us into its world quite like this one. The characters, the story, the breathtaking locations, it all reminded us why we became gamers in the first place. Sure, the shooting mechanics might feel a little dated, but who cares? This game is a masterpiece. Commander Shepard's journey continues in 2 incredible sequels, even if the ending left us a little underwhelmed. If you want to see why we hated the Joker 2, here is a video for you. If you want to see the top roles played by the hot Tom Cruise, I think this video might be for you. So, we are looking forward to know your personal list at the comments below. Maybe leave a like or subscribe, all these helps. This is High Five TV, bringing you the best top 5s from all over the web. Have an awesome day and see you next time.